All right, let's end this video now. We'll do a video on color. Status. Add RGB. A color escapes to bash scripts. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put a mark in that. Twitch mark, RGB plus. All right, so here's another little video about how to add colors. So you may have seen the other video I just did about how to do an MV last. And this is a fun video, a fun little tool to pull in the last download and put it in your current directory or whatever you want to name it, whatever path. You can watch the video about that. But what I would like to have it do is actually have it print out color here instead of just from and to. It's kind of boring. And so I'm going to use, I'm going to add some colors. I'm going to add colors two ways. I'm going to use a tool that has been created from one of my longtime associates I've been mentoring for years, called CPIC, that allows you to embed color. It needs a tweak though, and I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to show you how to just do it by itself. So let me first of all get a hold of one of these things. I'm going to cheat and use CPIC, and I'm going to say, so I'm going to do, let's see here, bang bang, and I'm going to do CPIC bash, and I want green. All right. So, and then I'm going to go find a green. So I'm looking around for a green. Well, where's my green? I can't see it today because aquamarine, that's pretty good. Ooh, there's a good chartreuse. Let's try that one. All right, so I'm going to pick that one, and that's pretty good. So there you go. And then I just reopen the script because it screws up the screen a little bit. And it goes ahead and inserts it right there for you. Yeah. Interested. See, if you're interested that food sticks so much, apparently it was an MIT at first for computer. Probably, yeah. How do you add? Show how to bash scripts. Oh, right. For man sometime. So, oh, you've been talking about the man page colors. Yeah, yeah. I actually have a thing on that, but so it's something new that I just found out from reading. There's another video on the Google's shell scripting guidelines. Really recommend it. It's an hour and a half. But even if you don't watch that, go read them. They're super good. I agree with everything in them, pretty much. That's rare. People in the chat here know that about me, and I was really excited to read it. So CPIC is on GitLab. Yep, if you search on GitLab for CPIC, you'll find it. It's a Go program. I actually want to rewrite one in Rust entirely. I'm really seriously thinking about rewriting a CPIC in Rust as an exercise with Ethan, probably. Ethan's the guy who wrote it. He and I have been working on color stuff for a while. But the reason I'm not really talking about plugging CPIC, even though I think it's really awesome. The main thing I want to show you here is that you've got, yeah, I know. This rewriting CPIC, the rewriting CPIC in Rust is definitely definitely going to be done. It's like, yeah, read the Google Style Guideline. Yes, that's what I mean. I think you should read. You should either read it if you want to read it along with us. I kind of read it and talk about it on video. There's a YouTube video that should be up today. I have to wait 24 hours before I can put things from Twitch up on YouTube, just so you know. But it is a really solid guideline, and it's got some really great ideas in it. Speaking of which, read only is the one that I pulled out of that. That's how you define a constant. In Bash, people are like, Bash doesn't have constants. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. And so there you go. I'm using the convention of always using capitals for globals. And there's lots of reasons for doing that, which, again, style guideline goes over that. But the reason I'm doing this video is to show you how to do color, specifically RGB color. So the old boomers out there have done color before me. I'm 2 years shy of boomer. May have used colors before, and they were using one of any number of other ANSI escape sequences to do color. But thank God, all modern terminals, I can now actually say this. Thank you, Microsoft, for finally catching up. We can now say that all modern terminals support RGB color. Million, thousands, whatever. And that's really, really awesome. So if your terminal doesn't support color, you're missing out, you know. And the fact of the matter is that if you don't have color in your terminal, most of the time, Actually, yeah, Microsoft was a little late getting a terminal that actually supports True Color, but they do have that. Mac's had it for a long time, and Linux has had it for a long time. And so here's how you do it. It's not that hard. You need to do an escape sequence. So this means escape. So 033, whatever that is the escape for an escape. I know that sounds complicated, but the escape key produces that thing. And this is its octal value, I believe. And so this is it. This, you have to have a bracket. You have to have some number sequence that specifies what's coming next. And in this case, it's always, for RGB, it's always 38 semicolon 2 semicolon. Okay, so don't forget that. It has to be 38 semicolon 2 semicolon. And I regularly delete the 2 semicolon here and go, what am I missing? And then nothing's working. So don't be me. Do 38 semicolon 2 semicolon. So this sequence from, I'm going to highlight it with my mouse. I don't use my mouse very much, but where's my mouse? Oh, there we go. So this part right there says, get ready. Here comes an RGB color. All right. And then the only thing, the other thing you need to remember is actually all of that right there. And then the other thing you need to remember is the M at the end. Don't forget the M at the end. That says the end of an escape sequence. What is an escape sequence? So the short answer is it's a special non-printing thing that the terminal sees. It prints it out just like anything else, but it doesn't actually print anything. It sends instructions to the terminal to tell it what to do, what mode to change. And this dates back way, way, way to teletypes, but that's where it comes from. And then you have, of course, the R, G, and the B, and that's it. There's no hexadecimal version of this. You can write your own little converter. It's pretty easy and fun, by the way. So you might want to write one of those, and then you can just alter these numbers however you want. So if you want to do a 0, so let's do a true. I mean, this was let's leave our chartreuse in here. Let's call it chartreuse and pretend like we actually know how to spell chartreuse. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. Did I spell it right? Chartreuse. Chartreuse. There we go. Yep, that is. All right. So chartreuse. And, let's do red. How about that? Red's easy. Oh, I broke it. Look, did I not tell you I was going to break it? I do that all the time. All right, so just know not to do that. It's actually nice to have a little tool that helps you with these things, so that you don't have to remember them all the time, and then you can just copy them. But let me just pull back a bit. Why would you put color in your script? Well, because instead of having like a library for it, right, which I did for a long time, because all your scripts are dependent on the library. When you only might need 3, 4, 5, 10 colors, and you can just put the colors in the script, and then the script is completely portable and doesn't have that problem. System variables for those colors, so that you can just use words anywhere to get the color. It makes sense to make system variables. I actually did that, Peter. Watch your eyes, people. This is what happens when you try to do this. Okay? So again, don't be me. I'm like the anti-example of this. I got so into colors that I actually made environment variables for every one of the CSS colors, and it's in my bash RC if you want to go see it. And no, just don't do that. You don't need it. I've since come to realize that almost always when I'm going to use colors, I only want at most 10 or 12 colors in any script, and it's just always better to put the color in the script. And then the Unix guy in me is like, oh, and I made a Sol routine and an RGB routine. Actually, I still have it. And I also, of course, you have to have a random one too. You want to see a fun one too? Okay. Let me just show you how these work. I think you guys already figured that out, but we'll have some fun with this. Because obviously, since these are numbers, you can randomize those, right? You can have all kinds of fun with that. So here you go. So 128, there's chartreuse, there's red. And then I can do... so here we go. So down here, let's make this first one. I'm going to use Google's convention. I'm going to say chartreuse. I don't like all caps, but I'm going to be a good person and do what they told me to do. Some of the stuff, the conventions in the Google thing make it clearer to read, but they make it a lot longer to write. So chartreuse, and then over here, since we're just changing to a new color, we can just put red. Actually, I'll make this one chartreuse. And no, I'm not typing that again. So I'm just going to paste it. So red here, chartreuse here. 2. There we go. And then something else you can't forget, you need a reset. So I'm going to just put an X there. If you don't have a reset, I mean, I can type out reset. Why not reset? If you don't do a reset, the colors will bleed and take over everything else. Yeah. So you don't want that. To reset, you just send a 0M, and that will reset the system. You can do all kinds of things with ANSI colors, by the way. Escapes, not colors. You can clear the terminal much faster than the clear command. Number of great things. You can like animate the line and everything. It's a whole rabbit hole of wonderful psychedelic, animation at your disposal, and it can be very addicting. Everybody who watches me knows that I'm seriously addicted to this. I do kind of wish that this word was there. That's easier to read and type. So there we go on that. And let's go ahead and see 2 cents. We got more 2 cents. 10 times they make macro or whatever. Yeah. Random just don't do multiple random colors. That will give a mess. Yes. Yeah, you can do a Vim macro. I'm seriously against Vim macros, period. Because they make me dependent on macros when I can be dependent on a script. So I'm very fond of doing scripts and doing shell integration into VI, which is the original intent. I'm very much against a lot of Vim scripts, unless only the minimum necessary Vim script. And anything that can be done with a shell script, I do it that way instead. Because it can be used anywhere, right? CSS people might recommend classifying or color use. So yeah, and I completely agree. That's how I did it, actually. I don't know, you guys, in the earlier video, I don't know if you saw, but I actually had Markdown. So can I show you something I'm sort of proud of? So if I want to do tell and I can use, so the classifier scripts, I wrote a PEG language parser in shell. Hello, but this, is important. And that's the kind of thing I think you're talking about, right? Is semantic expression. You can do, parsing and add color, and you can actually integrate your own Markdown syntax. If you want that script, by the way, that is here. That's another video, of course. VIC tell, I have to look them all up. I'm pretty sure it's Mark, yeah. VIC Mark. Here is this routine. This is a completely different thing, but if you want to write your own Markdown parser, let me give that to the studio audience. There'll have to be another video on that someday to introduce you to PEG parsing in general, which I'm going to do a lot of coming up here, because I'm going to write my own pandoc light parser in Rust using pest.rs, so stay tuned. All right, so, and I don't know where I am now. So let me see. Move last. Let's try that. Move last. Well, it's all green. It didn't really work, did it? What did I do wrong, people? I did something wrong. Oh, VIC move last. I broke my thing. I promise it works, just not right now. It's like, because they're all chartreuse. My red is not red, right? So red is R. It's up here, 255 R 00, and that should do better. Even though I'm just going to keep moving random things from my downloads directory over here, which is sort of dangerous. All right, there you go. So we have a red one and a green one, and you can see the difference. I actually think it didn't actually do the move. I think I killed the move command. Nope, there it is. LS. Yep, wow, got a couple of getting started videos. I'll have to delete those getting started videos right now. Oh, it's a directory. All right, well, this is super dangerous. Don't ever do what I'm doing. RM-RF, super dangerous. Okay, so you wanted to see some randomness, right, for RGB, which is super fun. So you can actually do this just with. I think it's really great about the way that we did this. Let me go revisit this one more time. So the thing that's really great about Bash in particular, is I don't believe this is supported in other shells, is that you can use, gosh dang it, move last. I lost our music. I'm so sad now. Anyway, the thing that's really great about Bash is, see these little single quotes here? Those single quotes actually so the left-hand side becomes a binary. It's the actual bits, not a text escape version of what will become the bits. The actual value gets placed into CHA. Why do you care? Because that means you don't have to escape it with echo. Echo normally has to have -E to use line returns and stuff like that. So that means you can do this. So you can use echo red Sonia, and it'll do red Sonia or something. And then I've made, of course, I'm not following Google guidelines here, but I made a random, and that just does a random color. And you know where this goes, right? This gets really crazy really fast. While true, do echo RND nyen. We'll do a -n so it doesn't line return. And you know what this is gonna do, people? I'm sure you know. Woohoo! The RGB colors for the win. And that's actually, if you want to see what that thing does. Oopsie daisy. I think my R&D is actually a function. Yep. So I'm gonna have to eeks that to y'all if you guys want a copy. There you go, studio audience. Thank you for joining me. You get a free copy of the R&D color command. And what that does is it just gets, well, you can see what it does. It just picks a random number, and then this is actually doing a solarized thing. That one's not going to work for you, darn it. That's a different one. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, there, this is the good one. Something. I meant to like change that. Echo, random color, something. This one's better, I think. Yep, this is the one that doesn't require solarized type R&D color. I've been obviously going through these. Ooh, see, random color. Dower she blows. So this is much more understandable. Obviously, this is the one I wanted to give you. So throw that other one away, and you can have this one. Give R&D color. There you go. A free gift for signing up for the YouTube, for clicking like and all those other things YouTubers say. I don't like being a YouTuber. But I am apparently now. So there you go. It's been fun. I have to get my music back. But that's how you do RGB. It's really fun and simple. Hopefully you can play around with that a little bit to your heart's content, and colorize all the things. But it's it's not too hard. So go for it. Go give it a try. Have some fun with that. And I am going to go back to something else. Bye.